Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here with some more Friday Night Magic. Today I'm going to be playing the Fire Wave deck. This is a red direct damage deck focused on dealing direct damage, killing your opponent. Alright, this opening hand's actually pretty decent with the Chandra's Phoenix, Reverberate, Flame Slash, and the Flames of the Firebrand. This is actually a pretty solid hand, so we're going to keep this, and we do get to play first as well, which means this Chandra's Phoenix will be coming to play in just 2 more turns. This is a 2/2 flying with haste, plus whenever an opponent is dealt damage by a red instant or sorcery spell, which I have a lot of them, I get to return Chandra's Phoenix to my hand. Sorry there, just a little, I was like, wait, what the heck is going on? So yeah, drew another card, played the land, and then next turn we're gonna toss down the Phoenix. And am I playing against the same deck? Let's Firewalker. Oh, okay. Is this the same deck? I don't know if these cards. I think this is the same deck. It must be. It has to be, right? That really sucks, actually. The thing's already a 2/2. I'm gonna be able to pop it off pretty soon, though. I could do this. So it's deals damage, combat damage, put a 1/1 counter on it, right? Alright, well, what to do this turn then? We could Flames of the Firebrand his creature. +1 damage to him instead of the Chandra's Phoenix. Or I could Chandra's Phoenix, hit him for 2, take 2 next turn, and then Flame Slash his creature the turn after. But if I Flames of the Firebrand, I'm going to prevent that 2 damage from coming through. So we're going to do this instead. I'm going to choose to do this instead. We're going to kill his creature and then do 1 damage to him. Jason X. Was that a terrible movie? I don't really watch any of that stuff. Jason X. Or maybe that's his name. Maybe his last name begins with X. Maybe his last name's Xylophone. I don't know. Alright, so he is playing the same deck, although it's definitely a much different build. He's got a lot of these creatures. I don't have pretty much any. I hardly have any creatures. Obviously, I say that as a few of them are sitting in my hand, but not a lot of creatures in this deck. What I'm going to do this turn, though, is we're going to go Chandra's Phoenix, and then we're actually going to pop off this dude, because he will hit me for 4 next turn, most likely. So we're going to Flame Slash this. It's going to be 4 damage. And then we swing with the Chandra's Phoenix for 2, which should bring him down to 17 unless he burns the Phoenix. So why did I just get rid of? Why did I just deal 4 damage to this thing? Well, because whenever he casts an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +3/+0 until end of turn. So it could have potentially been pumped up, maybe even twice this turn, which would have been 6 extra damage, bringing that to 7. He's gonna Pillar Flame it. It's actually going to exile my Chandra's Phoenix. That's a really good card to use against the Phoenix. The Phoenix can come back, but because it's now exiled, it can't. Alright, so we could throw down a Fire Servant, which is going to double damage from any red instant or sorcery spells that I cast. And there's nothing else I can do this turn, so I kind of really might as well play this and hope to draw some direct damage next turn, and it will be doubled. Fire Servant is a solid card. So yeah, we're playing much different variants of the deck. His deck is focused on these early aggro creatures that can do a lot of damage, get pumped up and stuff like that. Mine is mostly focused on direct damage with some oh snap. Alright, we're going to throw down the Searing Spear at him. It is 3. It will be doubled. I'm going to Reverberate that. Searing Spear, which will double it again. So that's going to be 12 damage going through. And then we attack for 4. Does he have direct damage for my 4/3? No, he does not, so he is down to 1 life. Oh man, what a turn! What a freaking turn. Okay, so what happened? I Searing Speared for 3. That damage gets doubled because of my Fire Servant. I then Reverberated my Searing Spear, which copies the spell and lets me choose a new target. There you go. Now he just threw down an Inferno Titan. I've got one of those in my hand, although I can't play it. With the Inferno Titan, he's gonna deal 3 damage to my Servant, killing it off. So I no longer have a creature. Now I need to either draw direct damage or a land, and I win the game. Final Fortune. I could do this. I'm not going to, because if I didn't draw direct damage or a land next turn, I would lose. Final Fortune's a really good card, but at this point I don't need it. I'm at 19 life. I can sit for a couple turns. So if I draw a land, I win, because Inferno Titan will be able to ping him for 1. And if I draw dark damage, obviously I win because he's at 1 life. So I'll save the Final Fortune until things get desperate. But right now, oh, actually, he's gonna hit me for 8 right here. 9, 10, 11, 12. He can hit me for 12 right here. He could potentially kill me. Is he gonna pump that up all the way? I hope he doesn't have any direct damage in his hand. I'm actually really concerned right now. Oh no! 3 plus 12. I'm at 8. What does he have in his hand? Why didn't he pump it up? What is he doing? What is he doing? I'm surprised he didn't pump it up. All right, I'm in a desperate position right now. I'm gonna die next turn, so I have to Final Fortune. We're gonna Final Fortune, gives me 1 extra turn. If I don't win next turn, Final Fortune causes me to lose the game. Here we go. I need a land or direct damage. I got a land. Play the Inferno Titan. Deal 1 damage to him. I guess we'll just deal it all to him. In case somehow he gains life, I don't know. He's gonna Chandra's Outrage, dealing 4 damage to his Inferno Titan. He loses the game. Wow! That was a pretty cool game. That was a good game. Mainly because I won. Alright, our next game here is against Zed Urban, and he asked me to pick a color. Yellow? Obviously, when he said that, he meant not what I just said, but alright, we're gonna keep this hand. This hand's actually pretty interesting. I can't believe last game. That came down to the wire. That came down to the wire. That was unreal. Alright, so we're gonna start off here with the Goblin Arsonist. It's a 1/1. When it dies, I can have it deal 1 damage to a creature or player. We got another one of those in my hand, plus a Chandra's Phoenix and Sulfuric Vortex. This is probably one of the main reasons I kept this hand. Causes every player to lose 2 or take 2 damage at the beginning of their upkeep. Plus, it makes it so that no life gain is possible. Players cannot gain life. Now, I don't know if he's playing a life gain deck, but it's the consistent tick of damage that's that can be really good for this deck. Just drew into a wild guess as well, but we're not going to play that right now because this turn we're going to throw down another Goblin Arsonist. But first we are going to attack with the one that we have in play. There we go. And I don't, at this point I really have no idea what he's playing. I see a blue. It could be the mono blue deck with all those crazy creatures. Good thing though is that my deck has got a lot of target creature stuff, and his deck is really the blue deck that I'm thinking of is really susceptible to that if he's playing what it is. I think he must be. Yeah, so here it is. He's playing the deck that whenever creatures are targeted, he has to sacrifice them, or at least that's a majority of what the deck can consist of, and that's really good for me. So because I've got a lot of things to target. And we are going to, let me think here. I could play the Chandra's Phoenix. He would block it with his 2/1 and kill my Phoenix. I could just attack with both the 1/1s, and I think I'll do that. And then what I'll do, I could either play the Sulfuric Vortex or the Wild Guess. I think I'm going to play the Vortex. Get that clock started. So let's drop down the Vortex. He takes 2 damage during his upkeep, so do I. It's back and forth thing. I get the advantage because he takes the damage first at least. Plus I've got a lot of direct damage in the deck, so that's sort of that's the concept behind having Sulfuric Vortex in this deck. That I'm going to be able to outpace his damage. Oh no, that's scary. Lord of the Unreal. I need to kill that. That thing needs to die because I can't target his phantasms or his illusions or whatever otherwise. Plus, it pumps up his illusions. So I am going to need to draw under some direct damage. I might even just discard my Chandra's Phoenix with my Wild Guess. Oh no, I can discard a land. Here we go. So we're gonna Wild Guess, discarding a mountain, and then we draw 2 cards. Not what I needed. Not at all. If he plays a phantasmal image or whatever it's called next turn, I'm in trouble. Because he is going to be able to copy his Lord of the Unreal. I would be in a lot of trouble. That's really scary. This could definitely be a loss here. If he plays that card next turn and copies his Lord of the Unreal, then I think I'm probably just straight up dead. I can't believe I did not draw in. I've got so much low casting cost direct damage in this deck. I can't believe I didn't draw into something. Alright, he is, oh, he's searching for it. He is searching for the card that I'm really scared of. He just played this to draw 2 cards. Divination. And he's not going to attack? What the heck is he doing? Weird. Now, next turn. Oh no, I need 7 for this. I thought it was 6. Alright, so we're going to drop the Chandra's Phoenix. And I could hit him for 4, which will bring him down to 8. Plus the 2 damage, which will bring him down to 6. 2 damage from this. Next turn, he can hit me for 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we're going to swing with everything. Let's see what he does. He doesn't want to block any... Well, actually, he could... Yeah, he could block an Arsonist. Oh, wow, really? He's blocking my 2/2? Oh, he must be really concerned that I have direct damage. And he's... Oh, that was stupid. Because blocking with his thing means I'm going to be able to kill it. His Lord of the Unreal. So we're going to go for... We're going to target creature, and we're going to target that creature. Unless he has an unsummon to bring it back to his hand, he doesn't. He should not have blocked with that. Maybe he's got something big in his hand that he's counting on. Or he must have thought that I had direct damage or something. I don't know. But he probably should have kept his Lord of the Unreal. Would have just pumped up this thing here. I mean, to take 1 less damage is not worth losing here. And he had a Phantasmal Image. He could have copied his Lord of the Unreal. Yeah, I don't know about that decision that he made. Now, to be fair, I could still lose this game. I don't know at this point, because I keep drawing lands. Next turn, though, I can Inferno, which is 6 damage to each creature and player. And I'm going to save my blocker now. So he's going down to 7. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I'm going to... Unless he's got a counter spell, I can... Oh, he's not going to be able to counter because he just played Royal Elemental. Looks like I win the game. Alright, so he attacks for 4. I'm going to block one of them. Dealing 1 damage to him when my Arsonist dies, and then Infernoing, dealing 6 damage to each creature and player, he loses the game. Wow. This is another game that came down to like literally my last chance to win. Just like game number 1. Alright, so we block that. It dies. We take 2 damage, which brings me down to 7. This was as close as it could get. I'm gonna be down to 1 life. Alright, Zed Urban takes 1 damage. I'm at 7, he's at 6. We're gonna think about this. Oh no, wait, I was at 9? Okay, I didn't know that. Oh no, I am at 7. Yeah, right, because of the... Jeez, my brain's all over the place. Look at this. This was as close as it could get. I'm gonna have 1 life left and he's gonna have 0. 6 damage to each creature or player. I'm reading the card right. There it is. That's the game. Holy heck. What a... Wow. Unbelievable. The literal definition of the word cannot be believed. Like, that last game was unreal. I don't even know what to say. Holy heck. I can't keep this hand though. I've got a lot. Look at all this high casting cost stuff with only 2 lands. So this would be a bad hand to take. We're gonna draw a new one. Guess this is better, so we'll keep it. This hand is like all direct damage. Can you believe that last game? Oh my lord. All right, exploration. So he is playing the Moldaya or whatever deck, the land ramp plus gigantic creatures that destroy everything. So that's kind of a concern. Now I've got direct damage to deal with creatures. Actually, I've got a lot of direct damage in my hand. I have all direct damage in my hand. But his creatures are massive, so I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. I don't think, you know, I had some pretty solid game 1 and game 2, but I don't know how it's gonna look from here. I might even want a wild guess. And I'm at 7. That'd be stupid. I'd have to discard. Well, no, I would discard at 2 anyways, so I'd still be at 7. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll wild guess and get rid of my Disintegrate. Nah, whatever. At this point, just stick with what I have. There's really no reason for me to do that, I guess. Ooh, Elvish Piper. That is super dead. That is super dead, my friend. Sorry. There's no way I'm letting that thing live for a turn. Yeah, and we actually just drew a Sulfuric Vapors, which is kind of nice. We'll see, but for now, I got to get rid of the Piper because Piper lets him take a card from his hand, put it right in the battlefield for just 1 green and tapping the Piper. So obviously, if that thing lives, well, it won't. I'm not going to let that thing live because that's ridiculous. Let's go with the Flames of the Firebrand. 1 damage to him, and that, or the creature, and then the rest to him. All right, so that takes care of that. It's gonna slow him up a bit because he could have he could have any beastly creature in his hand, and he could have just dropped it next turn, this turn for 1 green. Thing's ridiculous. And I guess we'll just start the clock right now, huh? Let's throw down the Sulfuric Vortex, start the clock ticking, and try to beat him out by hitting him with direct damage. I'm still gonna have to be very concerned though, because honestly, if he plays a creature and it swings 1 turn, that's probably gonna cause me to lose the game, so. Alright, he's gonna play down an Oracle of Moldiah, which lets him look at the top card and play it if it's a land. Luckily, that wasn't a land, so I'm gonna be able to now kill that thing. Could do a Phoenix too. Nah, it's worth it to get rid of this thing. So we're gonna get rid of it. Go with another Flames of the Firebrand. 2 damage to the Moldiah. And then 1 damage to him. And we know what he's drawn into next turn. He's drawn into that card that lets him fetch for a land. He'll probably end up playing it next turn. If I were to venture a guess, that would be the guess I would have ventured. All right, he's now at 13 from the Vortex. There it is. Lets him fetch for another land. Got to put him at 6. What's he doing? Is it any land? It's not a basic land? Is he searching for that? No, it is a basic land. I don't know why that took him so long. He's only got forced in the deck. There's really not much to look for. All right, so we got Chandra's Phoenix that we could play. We could hit him with some direct damage. I could wild guess. We're gonna go with the Phoenix here, I think. I think this will be a pretty prime choice. I'm gonna start to whittle his life down. And yeah, I don't know, I still think this is gonna be a close game. I'm still not like 100% confident here. We'll have to see how this all plays out, what he ends up drawing into here. What he ends up playing next turn. He's got 6 right now. He could play a Primeval Titan, which is a 6/6 trample, plus he would be able to get some more lands. So let's see if he has a Primeval Titan. Nope, he's gonna play a Vigor. It's a 6/6 trample. If damage would be dealt to a creature you control other than Vigor, prevent that damage, put a 1/1 counter on that creature for every 1. Wow. That's a really good card for him to have. Now that is a 6/6. I can do 4 damage with the Flame Slash, plus 2 with the Disintegrate. So I can kill that. I can kill a 6/6, so that's what we'll do. Yep, Flame Slash plus Disintegrate for 2. We'll kill his 6/6. Oh, reverberate. If I direct damage him plus reverberate, holy crap. I could flame slash and reverberate, but that seems like a... Trying to think of the best use here. No, I think the best use is going to be to damage him. That's hard to say. Alright, so I hit him for 2. He takes 2. That's going to put him at 5. Oh, I think I could kill him. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to flame slash and reverberate to kill his 6/6. And I'll explain my thought process in a minute. This is only to a creature, by the way. I can't do it to a player. That's why. Otherwise, I'd hit him for 8. So here's my thought process here. I'm going to swing for 2, which will bring him down to 7. Sulfuric Vortex brings him down to 5. Next turn, I hit for 2, plus I can disintegrate him for 3. That should be the kill. I think I have the game here, unless he kills off my 2/2 with something, or prevents the disintegrate damage. I should have the game here. What is? I think this lets him search for a land. Fierce Empath. I should have the game here. There's still, he could have a fog, I guess. I think that's something that exists. Oh, lets him search for a creature. Power 6 or greater and put it into his hand. Now that's not enough to save him. He's got a Primeval Titan in his hand, but next turn he dies. Unless he's got a fog to prevent this damage, next turn he dies. And even then, I still don't think he can kill me the turn after. So, alright, so I take 2. There's another Chandra's Phoenix. That's not what I want to play, though. I want to do Disintegrate 3 with the Phoenix damage from attack. Okay. 2, that goes through. Plus Disintegrate for 3. 2 players. 2 DDoS. And are you serious? These games going so well for me. Holy heck. Okay, our next game here is against Reaper. This sounds like someone that will kill me, because his name is Reaper. The essence of who he is to kill me. Let's see here. This hand, really not that great. I mean, some great cards, but only 1 mountain. It's tough to take that, so... His hand is not that much better, but we are going to keep it. We're going to hope to draw into some early game damage or creatures. Having the Fire Servant is amazing. I got a Flame Slash and a Cone of Flame as well. Cone of Flame is 1 damage to a creature player, 2 damage to a creature player, then 3 damage to a creature player. Pretty cool card. Veiled Sentry, scary. It activates when I cast a spell and has power and toughness equal to whatever I casted. Probably, though, what's going to happen is he's going to play a creature, I'll Flame Slash it, it'll just become a 1/1, and then I can Flames of the Firebrand it. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect. An obvious choice for destruction is the Lord of the Unreal. And we're going to choose, we could Flames of the Firebrand his Lord of the Unreal, but then his Veiled Sentry would become a 3/3. So we are just going to Flame Slash the Lord of the Unreal, because that card is devastating, and I do not want it in play. And then he's just got a 1/1 in the Veiled Sentry, and I can deal with that with the Flames of the Firebrand, I can deal with that with the Cone of Flame, I can deal with that with so many things, guys, so many things. And I'm super happy because I have got a Fire Servant, and Fire Servant with this direct damage is going to be mighty hilarious. So my goal at this point is actually hold off on playing my direct damage until after Fire Servant, unless some like super pertinent situation comes up in which I need to kill something immediately. But right now, he's got a 1/1. There's no reason for me to Flames that, so we're gonna wait. Next turn we can play the Fire Servant. Oh boy. If I could do a maniacal laugh, I would right now. That's my best shot. That's my best shot at it. All right, so the question is, does he? I kind of want him to play something this turn so he can't counterspell. Perfect. Plays a 3/4. That thing will die a horrible death. It will get one swing at me though. It's gonna hit me. But then it will die a horrible death. Unless he unsummons my Fire Servant. So let's play the Fire Servant. Oh my lord. Lava Axe. If the Fire Servant stays in play, I Lava Axe him. That's 10 damage. Come on, Fire Servant, stay in play. Come on. Come on. Stay in play. Stay in play. And all I need to do is target his... He's gonna Claustrophobia. Means it can't attack, but... Its activated abilities, its triggered abilities still count, so my red instant and sorcery spells are still doubled. So what we do here... Oh man. Alright. So my red instant and sorcery damage is doubled, right? I'm gonna hold on to the flames and the cone. I think I'm going to, yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm going to, let me try to play Chandra's Phoenix first. I wanna see if he has a counterspell. All right, if he does have a counterspell, he didn't play it. And then I'm gonna try to Flames the Firebrand him. See if he counters this. And I'm actually not gonna kill his 1/1, because I'd rather do 4 damage to him. There's a counterspell. Right? You obviously you need to counter that if you have a counterspell, so just play it. Don't mess around with me. Twin cast, he's gonna twin cast. He's gonna deal damage, he's gonna kill off my Fire Servant. That's the obvious choice. I don't know if the damage is on the stack though and still doubles before my creature dies. He's not gonna kill the Fire Servant. What the hell? That was the stupidest decision I've ever seen. And my Chandra's Phoenix comes back. Because it triggered, it died before. Oh my lord. That is hilarious. I'm not trying to be rude here. I don't mean to call him stupid, but that was a bad decision. That was a terrible decision to not kill my Fire Servant. Now he does have a double Phantasmal Image. And actually that's really, really scary now. Let's do it. Let's make it so that they're just 3/3s. Like next turn I wanted to Lava Axe him, which would have done 10 damage, but then he gets he would get 2 5/5s in play. So I'm gonna play a Chandra's Phoenix. And then he's going to get 3/3s in play. And let me think about this here. If I attacked for 2, he's at 14. No, I think I need to save him for a blocker. I think that's what I have to do. I could do him at 14, and the next turn I could deal him 6, 10, 12 damage. It's not enough for the kill. 12, 13, 14. Ooh, you know what, actually? I think... That's really risky, though. I'm relying on him not doing... Oh, crap! I ran out of time. I wanted to attack. I think I could have killed him the turn after this one if I had attacked. Shoot. That really sucks. There's an unsummon. 6, 7. Ugh. Well, I'm not dead yet, but... It's not looking good. Crap. Actually, you know, I can kill his creatures, right? Yeah, I can kill his crap right now. Alright, I'm not dead yet. Okay, we're okay. So, yeah, I can kill his stuff. He's got no cards in his hand. He's not going to be able to counter this. Okay. Okay, so first 1 damage, which is actually 2. And then 2 damage, which is actually 4. And then 3 damage, which is actually 6. Now, I definitely wanted to do that damage to him, but this is going to stop me from dying here. We're going to kill off his stuff, so... Oh, and actually, those things... Oh, those were phantasmal images, so them just even being targeted killed him off. And let's actually do a wild guess, getting rid of our Phoenix, because our Phoenix can come back when we play a red instant or sorcery spell. So we're going to confirm that. Get rid of our wild Phoenix, draw 2 cards. Drew 2 lands. What a load of crap. But the good thing is, I can Lava Axe, and then the Phoenix will come back, and then I can play the Phoenix. So drawing lands wasn't that bad. He's going to play Phantasmal Bear, 2/2. When it comes targeted, he has to sacrifice it. I might actually win this game, too. This has been a crazy day. There's a Final Fortune. This should be the game, I think. So we're going to go... Well, actually, no. I don't want to risk a Final Fortune. I don't know what I'd draw into. Well, let's see. We're going to do 10 damage right here. Okay, that brings him down to 6. And then the Phoenix comes back. Yeah, so I'm not going to Final Fortune. But we're going to play the Phoenix here. And then I swing for 2. I'm actually concerned. I think he's got an enchantment in that deck, but I think it only gives +3/+3, so that would bring me down to 1. So I'm pretty sure I win, because I could next turn attack for 2, then Final Fortune, get another turn, attack for 2 again. Unless he's got a counter spell or something. Let's see what he has. He's not playing anything. I drew into a Grim Lavamancer. We're gonna play that. Okay, here we go. I will attack for 2. Frost Breath. Tap 2 creatures. Tap up 2 creatures. Those creatures don't untap during their next untap step, so they don't untap next turn. He hits me for 2, brings me at 2. I'm going to have to Final Fortune. I could Final Fortune now and hope to draw into damage, but I think I'm okay for a turn. Unless he draws into that enchantment. If he draws into the enchantment, then I'm dead. So, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Claustrophobia, he's going to tap a creature. It does not untap. He's going to choose to do that to my Chandra's Phoenix. I'm still okay. I win the game. He hits for 2. Next turn, this doesn't untap, but I can Final Fortune. No matter what I draw into, I can Final Fortune. It untaps the turn after, and then I can deal him 2 damage. So, I win the game. Okay, nothing this turn. We Final Fortune. Get another turn. This guy untaps. Even if I don't draw into damage, I'm going to be able to exile 2 cards from my graveyard and deal 2 damage to him. So why don't we just do that? Instead of doing deals 2 damage to Reaper, and we just choose 2 cards to exile. And get rid of this and this. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Could have also won by playing the Inferno Titan to deal damage to him, but there you go, that's the game. Wow. 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 Alright, well, I must say, that is pretty crazy, the games today. Those were the games that I played, literally, back to back to back. I cannot believe how well those games went, but, well, I guess, you know, a lot of them came down to the wire. But let's take a look at my deck. Got a couple of Grim Lavamancers. I really like that card. Goblin Arsonist. The reason I have these, I just think they're really good early game chump blockers. The potential threat of getting to do that extra 1 damage to whatever you want can be really scary for people. Disintegrate's, you know, pretty decent. It's X damage, plus you can exile a creature with it. Pillar of Flames, it's basically a shock, but also exiles the creature if it dies. Flame Slash, nice damage to a single target. Kind of wish I had more of those available, because I probably play with, like, probably 2 or 3 at least. Reverberate, double, or basically copy, and choose new targets for an instant or sorcery spell. Obviously amazing. Would have 4 of those if I could. Maybe 3. Final Fortune, get an extra turn after this one. Amazing. Searing Spear, 3 damage to a creature or player. Wild Guess, discard a card and draw 2 cards. Got the Chandra's Phoenix, the returning 2 damage with haste and flying. Sulfuric Vortex, that clock, that timer. The Flame Break, nice mass damage to creatures without flying, plus they can't be regenerated, and deals damage to players. Flames of the Firebrand, 3 damage divided how I choose. Browbeat, love this card. It's either 5 damage to the opponent, or I get to draw 3 cards, their choice. Firewing Phoenix, you didn't get to see that in any of these games, but I think this is pretty decent, not a bad card. It's 4 lands for 4/2 flying. You can return it from your graveyard to your hand for 4, so it's that potential consistent threat. If you've got nothing else going on, you can play to bring it back. Furnace of Wrath, amazing. Whenever a Scorch would deal damage to a creature or player, it deals double that damage instead. Now the drawback is that works for the opponent as well, so that's why I've got the creature in play that just doubles my red instant or sorcery spells. Chandra's Outrage, 4 damage to target creature, 2 damage to creature's controller. Magma Phoenix, really good card, 5 lands for 3/3 flying. When it dies, it deals 3 damage each creature or player, plus you can return it from your graveyard to your hand. And then, yes, the Fire Servant. This creature really paid dividends for me this episode, just doubling my red instant or sorcery spells. So amazing. Cone of the Flame, Lava Axe, 5 damage to a player, and then of course the Inferno Titan and Inferno itself. There you go, guys. That is the deck. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Friday Night Magic. Tune in next Friday for another episode. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.